All right. Here's another 20 for you. So now I've done 120 push-ups today. I'm a glutton for this. Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch, and it's another beautiful day in paradise. We are in the process of heading out for a morning walk. I had a nice live stream last night and ended up staying up late to watch the whole thing. Anyway, I got to bed around midnight and ended up sleeping until about 6:30 this morning, which for me is already the middle of the afternoon. So I got up and did want to work out today. So I started at home with 100 push-ups. I did 5 sets of 20, and that felt pretty good. But then I said, you know, it's a gorgeous morning. I do want to get my exercise in today, so let's just go for a walk. And let's walk up to the, oh, there's one of my neighbors. I'll be back. Okay, here we go again. I do get interrupted a lot, especially people wondering what the hell is this guy walking around with this stick up in the air for. So I thought I'd go out this morning, and while I don't really go in too much for the aerobic exercise thing of huge long walks, there is a benefit to that. Of course, it keeps you moving and everything, but the real metabolic benefit from exercise, I'm truly convinced, is the high intensity interval training, resistance or weight training. It's just that as you get older, you know, and your body just your joints start to wear out a little bit, you have to be more careful. And you can't go at it like a 25-year-old bodybuilder can go at it. You have to be more mindful of the damage that you might do. And I kind of overdid it for 6 or 7 months. Put on some muscle, feel pretty good. But I did something to my left shoulder, and I can still do all the training and everything, but I know that I got to be careful, so I've been laying off the heavier weights, and I think I've gotten to a point now where the amount of muscle that I have, if I just maintain this, I'll be absolutely fine. So I've lightened up my workouts a little bit. I'm going for a few more reps. Like I said, I did 100 push-ups this morning. I'm going to work out my upper body this morning. I'm going to do shoulders. I've already done chest. I'm going to do pull downs, which is biceps. I'm going to do triceps. And then I want to walk home. So by the time I'm done, I may spend a half an hour in the gym. And if there's nobody in the gym when I'm there, I'll set the camera up and let it follow me around. But if there are other people in the gym, then I have to respect their privacy. And then I'll walk home. So, had a real nice live stream last night. I always start these live streams with the intention of going maybe for an hour. But I always end up going an hour and a half, 2 hours, and last night was no exception. And I basically did all the talking myself. I don't have anybody in there with me anymore. And I like it better that way, I think, unless I might have a guest on. And just interacted with all the people that were watching. In the chat, we had an average of maybe 90 to 100 people throughout most of the live stream, so it was pretty well attended for a little guy like me that doesn't have hundreds of thousands of subs. I did read all the comments from the live stream, and I noticed that somebody said that I got a shout out on Robert Kiltz's 5 a.m. live stream, which in itself boggles my mind that he does that every day. But so I went and watched it, and I noticed it was Jennifer from Texas that put a really nice comment in there that asked Dr. Kiltz to check out my channel, and said that you know, I'm a pilot like he is, or he's a pilot like me. I'm sure I was a pilot first. Age has its advantages. And she said that I had been on Bart Kay's channel and Homestead How with Curry, and he seemed to pique his interest, and he asked his assistant to look me up, so it'd be interesting to see if I hear from them. I've had a couple other instances like that, but it's never amounted to anything, and I really don't like to chase other people so that I can be on their channels. And for me, I might start doing that someday. Right now it's 10 to 9, so by the time I get done and I walk home, I'll have walked a little better than 2 miles. And like I say, I don't do this walking as a regular routine, but it feels good. I do it a couple times a week, especially on a pretty morning, to stretch my calves and just keep moving. That's important. Just like any other machine. You take your car, park it in a barn, come back 40 years later, the thing is shot. But you drive that car every day, that's going to keep it running and keep it in the best of shape, especially if you feed it the right fuel. Getting up here near the clubhouse, and I see that they've got some of my more younger athletic neighbors are out playing pickleball this morning. Not something I've ever gotten into. I've never been much for sports, but it's really great to see people out there who look like they're in pretty good shape and doing something other than hovering around the buffet table. So in our community, we have a common area here, which has clubhouse, swimming pool, pickleball courts, tennis court, bocce ball, shuffleboard for all the old people. And it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. I get up here every once in a while. They've got a really neat little miniature golf course up here. And they do a pretty nice job of keeping it all up. We're gonna walk in here and we're gonna head for the gym, and I'll show you what the swimming pool looks like on the way by. We have a pool room here. We have tennis courts right there. And in here is the pool room. Not the swimming pool room, but the billiard pool room. And let's go in here and see. Sometimes they have water. Sometimes we have some residents that come over here first thing in the morning and just take all the water home with them because they don't want to have to buy it. We have a coffee machine. So we have no water and no coffee. Somebody's already been here this morning and cleaned it out. How nice. Why am I not surprised? Anyway, let's take a look at the swimming pool here. And there's nobody in it, but this is the pool area. And there's a tiki bar way up there at the other end. And that building at the far end is a clubhouse, and this all sets on a lake. But this is a look at part of the community here, and it goes up in the northerly direction, probably another quarter to half mile. It's like I said, there's about 650 homes in here. And there's the tiki bar ahead of me. And in here they've got, activity rooms, pottery, things like that. And then this is our gym. So let's see if anybody's in here. Well, the lights are on. But nobody's here. That's good. That means I can film this. And there is where they have classes and things like that. And then they have poker room in the back, treadmills and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty neat. I'm going to do some pull downs here. And and we'll see. And this is great. This is good biceps, shoulders, back. I like this exercise, and you don't really see too many people doing it. I'm doing this with about 100 pounds here. So when I pull down, I do lift my butt off the seat. This is kind of like doing chin-ups. Okay. Exercises like pull downs, squats, push-ups, 45-degree incline are probably pretty good considering you don't really want to work out for hours, especially when you get to be my age. Now I'm just going for a little burn. Okay. And I gotta watch my shoulder. Be careful not to overdo it. You do want to get a little out of breath. You want to get into an anaerobic exercise. You want to damage and tear down muscles so that they will rebuild themselves. Okay, that's enough of that. I want to try some back pull downs, and we'll see how they work out. And I think that's going to be enough for the gym here this morning. I'm going to go home and I'm going to do some abs on my orthopod thing where I hang upside down. And oh, I forgot. I need to, no, I don't need to do triceps. I did 100 push-ups this morning. That's enough for triceps. Like anything else, I think that obsessing over this, even though it's good for you, I'm trying to constantly keep track of it, like all these people that have fitness trainers at the gym and they got clipboards and they count every rep and they measure every weight and they judge their progress by how many ounces they've increased in their weight over the past week. I think that cavemen never did that stuff. They moved when they had to. They rested when they could. They ate what was available. They were healthy enough to procreate the species and pass on the mechanics that enabled them to do that. I think the term primal is a good word to use, and I think that if we try to approximate the machinations of that primal lifestyle within the confines of our modern society without having to consciously micromanage all of it, I think we'll be better off. That's what I'm trying to do. It's all just an experiment. We all know the outcome eventually. So let's just try to keep it where life is enjoyable to live and not a daily suffering of the torture of hunger, pain, immobility. Somewhere in between is a good balance, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. All right, we're on the way home, and come across this little golf cart bridge because there's a canal that runs all over the place in here, and there are very few ways to actually cross over it. But this is kind of nice. As picturesque as a place could be next to a noisy road, but you have a culvert that brings water into this canal from areas to the east of us, and then this canal actually runs all the way down and goes under Interstate 95 at the other end. And over here is the reason I crossed the bridge, because it's very pleasant to walk along the canal like this instead of walking down the middle of the street that I went up on the way to the gym. It is 9:30. I have walked about 4,400 steps so far today, and I usually average between 6,000 and 8,000. And if I see that I've walked 6,000 to 8,000 steps in any given day, I feel like I have gotten enough movement and exercise without overdoing it to maintain my machinery and hopefully try not to wear it out, but to keep going enough to keep it well oiled, let's say. Almost home. I am thirsty because I couldn't find any water up there. They had water fountains all over the place until COVID came along, and they removed them all. Just another ridiculous side effect of the panic that spread over that. In hindsight, it's easy to say that, but Now there are no water fountains anywhere in the complex for this subdivision, for this community, and they have no intent or plans to spend the money to put them back. So I should know that I need to carry a bottle of water with me when I walk like I do this morning up to the gym rather than drive in my car, because chances are the neighborhood shoppers who frequent the clubhouse when they first open grab all the coffee pods and water, because that's just the kind of people they are. So I'm home, and I get my keys and unlock the door. Here we are. And that'll end this morning's activities. So, I got a little shopping to do. You take the rest of the day off. And eat meat.